Hey guys, welcome back to my channel here. As you can see, we're currently in the pool and I'll definitely give you some tips and tricks in this video on how to do the northern zone with only water and a green weapon. Technically a free-to-play aspect in how to do the northern zone with the basic gear. All you need is 60 food or 60 water, or you could just bring 40 water and 40 food, or just 10 food, 10 water, but I'll definitely show you how to do it with 60 food and 60 water. All you need is the healer class, and you need 2 or 1 hatchets. So once you have 2 or 1 hatchets, immediately go to the northern zone. All right, so once you're in the northern zone, immediately try to find a campfire. So once you're at a campfire, you should also locate the other 2 campfires, because in a zone there is 3 campfires. So you need to know the locations of the campfires so that you can go back and forth, so that in this way you do not die from thirst or from hunger. Because once you have the buffs at the campfire, you'd have 5 buffs. And the way how to see the buffs is the fire mark or the fire icon above the character. So once you have located that, ensure that it's on 5. Once it's on 5, then you're able to have a longer period of time within the winter cold, within the storm. So once you have located the maple that you want to chop down, go to the maple and immediately start chopping the maple down with the hatchet. You can mount back from where you have chopped down the maple, or you could just run right back to the campfire if it's close. And also, just to let you know, to also ensure that you're eating and drinking water to not die of thirst, because I've seen time and time again, a lot of players that have just gone to the northern zone have died. Once you have mastered the northern zone, you will not die. Well, you could die because of mobs, but you will not die from hunger or thirst, because you would be watching your thirst gauge. As you can see right beside my name, you could see the thirst gauge going down and up. It's currently at 69 for the food and at 49 for the water. So all you got to do is to, as I stated, go back and forth. You don't always have to mount from the fireplace to get maple. You could mount and, go back and forth, or you could just run to the location that you want to go, whether it be a chest or a maple tree. That's completely fine. Also, you can, collect copper in the zones. Just to also let you know a tip, once you're in the yellow zone, you could farm whatever you want. But once you're in the red zone, which is a family zone, try to farm a specific resource. You don't want to farm everything in the red zone, possibly meet PvP in the area. So you got to stay vigilant. So if you want only maple, if you're currently just farming for a lot of maple, if you're a free-to-play player that need these stone walls, definitely go to the red zone, because the players would be hyper focused on the season. So that would be the best time to go to the northern zone. Once you're in the northern zone, you could get a lot of maple during this time. And as I stated before in the game, if you want to grow, all you got to do is farm. It's completely simple. Just farm and you will get what you want. You can get everything in the game free to play. The game does stem a lot for pay to win player, but it has abundance for free to players. You can farm anything in the game, any resources in the game, but it takes time too. Once you're in the red zone, as I stated, only farm for what you exactly want, whether it be copper or maple, or you could do both, but try to go in and out as quick as you can, because you don't want to meet any PvP. If you are looking for PvP, then that's fine, but if you're not looking for PvP, to avoid this, you gotta farm the maple and ensure that you have enough space in your bag, because there's a good amount of maple in the red zone. You could farm this a couple of times within a week and you'd have enough maple to definitely stone a lot of your walls in your base. All right, so if there's an aggressive player, you don't want them to take your stuff, which you work hard for. So as soon as you get the maple, leave the zone immediately. All right, so another tip is when you're fighting a monster, try to keep your distance, avoid all attack. His attacks are very strong. Do not engage if you don't know how to fight him, because you could die. So that attack could one-shot you and, it's no bueno, it's over. You're done, you're donezo. So try to run in a circle, hit him a couple of times. It's gonna take a while to finish this. It's like a boss, a mini boss in a way, but try to keep your distance from that, that effect there. It can end you in the northern zone here. It's only one shot. So try to keep your distance, run in a circle, have him activate his skill, hit him a couple of times, and once you sense that he will use his skill, immediately get out of the way, like right now. Then you start hitting, and you could take a hit or two from him, but it could, lower your health. So try to not get hit. Even with the sorcerers, try to not get hit, and even with the other mobs, just try to avoid getting hit. You can bring Ebolas, but Ebolas will not work against an ice hermit. So try to keep your distance, as I stated, and heal. That's why you would have the staff in your hand to heal, whether it be a regular staff or a green staff. Just keep your distance and have it to heal, and have in your bandages in your quick slot to heal. And you definitely need the ice key to do the ice bow if you'd like to do that. That's a different challenge in the game. I'll make a video in the future for doing that solo, or well, if it's family, it would be easier. I'll do a solo video in the future on that one. All right, and also just to remind you, stay focused once you're in the zone here, because it's a family PvP zone. You don't want to get caught and then die with your maples. So once you locate all your maples, collect all the maples, immediately leave. Just to let you know, you can also do the zone in no gear, but it wouldn't cost you to do a basic gear or a level 2 gear, tier 2 gear. That's completely fine. So once you get all the maple that you want, ensure to go back to the campfire, or once the storm is over, you can also drink the dragon hill to freely roam around the zone. If you don't have any dragon hill, that is completely fine. You don't really need the dragon hill. I mean, you do in a sense. You won't be waste less meat, but if you don't have any dragon hill, that's completely fine. You can also use the meat and still use the campfires to keep you warm while you're fighting, and while you also try to farm for maple. Also, how you, as a free-to-play player, this is how you'll get a stone base. Keep repeating, rinse and repeat the northern zone to get enough maple. Just continually do this every day, or once a day or twice a day, and you'll definitely have enough maples to stone your base out. It's gonna take a while, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna take a lot of hours and also grinding and stuff, but eventually you will have enough maple to stone your base out, and also you can have fun along the way and doing this process. So it's just rinse and repeat. Try to avoid all the attacks from the mobs, locate the maple tree, and ensure that you have a clear vision on where the campfire is, and also keep mounted back and forth to avoid thirst, and just using water, because you need a lot of water and food to do this process. So just stack up on food and water, man, and that's all you need.